Hi, welcome back to my channel. Another Ollie's shop with me. Oh, this one is so cool. This one has a lot of really nice stuff and very weird pricing. Wait till you see the pricing that they have on some of these things. Some of these items are cheaper than I have ever seen them in any Ollie's, and some of them are so overpriced that it shocked me. Anyway, this is the Daytona Ollie's. This is over on the east coast of Florida. Of course, everybody knows where Daytona is, but they did have some stuff on the Joann's table, so I'm showing it to you. I don't really do much of the florals anymore because the florals are pretty steady throughout the stores, but I did want to show you some of the cute things that they had because I haven't seen some of these items at some of the stores. Those little flocked eggs for $1.99 each is just a really great price. And look, they have unicorn egg making kits. Oh, I love them so much. Look at the cute little unicorns. Oh, they're the most adorable little things. Oh, I have a thing about unicorns. If you've watched any of my videos, you know that I have a thing about unicorns and I have a thing about markers. I just love them both so very much. I don't know how much these kits were because I could not find a price on any of them. They do have other kits in the back that you can see back there, but I don't think that the unicorn kits would be $5 each. They did have these beautiful baskets that ranged from $6.99 to $7.99 depending on what basket you were looking at. But oh my gosh, they are so adorable. This would be a great Easter basket if you wanted to get something for an adult. I mean, this doesn't have to be a kid's Easter basket. You could put adult things in there and share it around your office or share it around your coworkers. So very cute. And then they also had some other things on here. I have never seen these in any of the Ollie's that I've ever been in. They're egg dippers. They're pretty basic for what they are, but it's something that I've never seen in any of the Ollie's. So there are new things coming to the Ollie's. Oh my gosh. And if you join the Facebook group that is linked into the description down below, there are people in the Facebook group that are in other parts of the country, and they have been showing some of the really cool things that they're getting at their Ollie's. People, please don't give up hope on this. One of the people in the Eastern Seaboard in the tri-state area found those wall-hanging We Are memory keeper desks that you unfold to look at for like $50, and it's a $220 item. New items are coming to the Ollie's, so please don't give up hope if you're in an area that hasn't gotten any new stuff, because it's still coming. And if you wanted to, you could join the Chatty Crafty Facebook group using that link, and you could be part and parcel to the whole sharing everything that people are finding at Ollie's thing, because that's what we do a lot in that group. So anyway, back to the walkthrough. They had these really cute little patriotic gnomes that are just really, really cute. And they had several different permutations of them. And they also had this really cute little owl. And I thought the owl was just the cutest little patriotic thing. Look at him right there. He is so adorable. Oh my goodness gracious. I loved him so much. And they did have some wreaths in this store that I hadn't seen in other stores. Now, I've seen this one many, many times. This one comes up in most of the Ollie's right now, but look at this really beautiful one. I think I've only seen that wreath in one other store, and I honestly, at this point, couldn't tell you where it was, but $17 for that wreath is an incredibly good price. Really nicely well made. It had heft and weight to it. It was beautiful. Now, this is the foliage table. Not the foliage, the florals table. And I do show you a few of the items that are on here. First off, this is an Ollie's tag. This is only the second time I have ever seen an Ollie's brand tag in a store like this. And it's the same item. It's the same garlands, but is Ollie's starting to actually become a buyer and selling their own items rather than just a liquidator? That's an interesting question to ask because I really don't know the answer. These are so adorable. They look so much better in real life. They really look very nice. These are they're fake. Okay, they are fake, but these look really nice in real life, and they're so inexpensive. I think these were $4 each, and then the next one, which I absolutely loved, was only $3. I mean, that's a really cute one for $3 right there. So I thought I'd point those out to you, even though I'm really not doing the florals tables anymore. Ooh, I forgot to get the price on that one. I think that one was $10. And then I also found these lemons, which I've never seen anywhere before either. So these lemons were new, and they had limes that matched it, and they also had these beautiful fall leaf colors. Oh my gosh, for like 99 cents. It's a great price, and you could even take those off and use them in card making. making, because you have separate leaves that you could use on your cards come fall. You have these beautiful pre-made leaves just to put down on your cards. And now this is some of the stuff that's cheaper than I've ever seen. These items, this one's $1.99, but the cake decoration items, the little rainbows and the crowns. Oh, I love my queen cake. I haven't actually gotten one yet, but I love the idea of my queen cake. Oh my goodness gracious. But all of those, they're actually $1 in this store, and that's the cheapest I've ever seen them. Usually they're $1.49. So these items on this table, many of them are cheaper than I've seen in any other store, and that is really amazing to see. But again, remember, there's a couple of items that I'm going to show you later on that are so much more expensive than any time I've ever seen it in an Ollie's. One of them just shocked me because it was like 700% more expensive than any other Ollie's that I've seen it, and it's been consistent in all the other Ollie's. But look at these beautiful little items on the dollar table. This is very much a dig store. These items have been stacked and moved around on the table, you can tell. These are little pockets, not little pockets, but little tubes of icing, and the little tubes of icing are $1 a piece, and they had red, yellow, and blue, I think, which with those three colors you can make just about any color. But look at that, $1 for the gold crowns. These have never been $1 that I've seen in any store. Now, they may be in other parts of the country, but in every store that I've been in, those have been at least $1.49, sometimes $1.99. So yeah, this has got some really good stuff in it and some really interesting prices. And here I'm just showing you all of the tubes that they have. But the ears, the bunny ears and the unicorn horn, or the unicorn ears and the unicorn horn, that was still $1.49. So I'm not really sure how these ended up getting priced this way, but I wasn't complaining. And if you do baking and you need cake decorating items, that's a great way to get it. And then look at these beautiful melts, $1.49. Oh my goodness gracious, that's a great price for melts. I mean, melts are usually much more expensive, especially if we buy them from like Michael's or something like this, but you get $1.49. For $1.49, you get all of those. These are pieces of cardstock that were $1, and they're pink and blue, and they're really pretty. I don't buy those because I have so much cardstock from all of these Ollies around. Oh my gosh, I have so much cardstock. Oh, goodness gracious. And this Ollie has the W's. They do. So if you're looking for the W marquee letters, this one has it, which is interesting because this is the second little store that I have seen W's in. And it's interesting because most stores have a single letter, and they don't repeat from store to store to store. I think this is the first time where a letter has been repeated. And this is usually $1.99 or $1.49 in the stores. I think it was $1. And this, oh my gosh, the reason to buy this is not really for the actual foam blow-up dog, the little balloon dog, but that little roll that you see right there, that is pink cellophane, and it's not shredded already. You have to actually shred it when you make the dog, or you can use that, which is like, 8 yards of pink cellophane ribbon that you can use in any other craft making for $1. I mean, $1. I mean, it's worth it just for that. And then you have the little foam pieces that you can use for anything else. You can use it for padding when you pack things if you want to. My husband's going to use a couple of them to make the Rocketeer packs the rocket packs from the Rocketeer. They had these are also $1, and they have these, and they're the little sticky things. I don't do a better job of describing them because I've never used them. So anybody who's used them, drop them in the comments for what you use them for. I've never seen a point to it. And here I'm just showing you that this glitter paper is not the best because you saw all that glitter on the floor. It is 25 cents a sheet, and it's pretty. Now, the other one is paperweight. That beautiful pink one right there, that was actually paperweight. But the glitter one is cardstock weight, and it's really pretty. But you can see that those big chunky pieces of glitter do actually come off of the paper. So if you don't want to have that kind of glitter in your craft room, don't do it. Beautiful little star stickers, very, very Christmassy, very, very beautiful. And then they have these sticks, and these sticks have little bells on them. And I think they're sticks for making like wands out of. And isn't that just the coolest thing? You get so many of them in a pack, $1, and you could make little wands out of them for kids to play around in a party or something like that. Or you could use that as one of the things in your party, get some ribbon and some of those wands, and they could make their own wands as like a party game in a party that you're throwing for kids or even adults. I do believe that this was $1, which is the cheapest I've ever seen one of these. Now, I won't swear to it because I did not take one up to the register to find out, but I do believe that that beautiful pink little journal case was $1, and I'm kind of kicking myself for not buying one because it's pink and it was $1 and I loved it, but I didn't pick it up. And that was a Park Lane item. And here you've got a bigger box of these little pieces of cardstock cardstock so you can see much more clearly what they are. And they are $1 for that package of cardstock that's already pre-cut for you for a great size. This is a beautiful thing. I mean, look at the size of those letters for this stamp kit. Oh my goodness gracious, these are such big letters. We've seen the little ones for $1, but that is a much bigger set, as in the letters are bigger. And these are so beautiful. Look at the beautiful little purple color to them. Oh my goodness gracious, I love these so much. $1 for that pack. They're already sticky. And then these are $2. These aren't $1, but this is iron on vinyl, and it doesn't really show up well in this video, but that is black glitter vinyl, and it's iron on, and it is gorgeous, and it really is a very nice set of vinyl. And so if you're looking for black glitter iron on vinyl, $2 a roll, that is a really good price. They also had a bunch of these little appliques. Oh my goodness, wait till you see the hedgehog. Oh my gosh, these are all $1 each, but they have a little hedgehog in here that is so cute. But there he is. Oh, look at the cute little hedgehog. And they had a couple others that were in there. I didn't really dig too deeply, so there could have been more styles of them, but these appliques are really starting to show up from Ollie's to Ollie's to Ollie's. And some of them have a lot of different appliques. Some of them only have a few. This store seemed to have thrown them all into one box on their dollar table, so you have to dig through there to get there. This is a Heidi Swap item, and they're really cool little flags that you can use in journals or things like that. And it's a nice set, and you can see right there all the different pieces that you get in the set, and it's only $1. I mean, that is great for junk journals. They have these in 2 different colors. They have them in red and blue, and I don't think I got any of the red one in the film, but they did have them. And so they're little swiping ink blotters, and then the beautiful rose gold washi tape. This is just a box that I'm showing you. It really is a dig store. I'm just showing you that a lot of different items have been plopped into this one box right here. So definitely look through the store carefully when you're looking through these craft aisles, or at least look through the craft aisles carefully when you're looking for craft items, because some of these items have been stacked everywhere. The basil foam paper, or basil, I keep saying it wrong. I've said basil for so long, but the basil foam paper was $1, and I've seen it at $1 my brain is getting ahead of my mouth. I've seen it for $1 at other stores, so it's up to you if you want to buy it there, but I have never seen the red or the yellow in any other stores. Most what I see is green. So it's up to you if you want those colors for $1 a sheet, but they do have them. They did have the canvases, and the canvases again are $9.99 a package, and it depends on the size of the canvas as to how many you get in the canvas. They have some of these wooden pieces, and the prices on the wooden pieces are actually a little bit lower than I've seen them in other stores. In some of these stores, these are $5, $6, $7 each, and in these stores, they were cheaper. The little wood slices are $3. Beautiful size for whatever you want to do them, for painting, for wood burning. It's a really great size, and for $3, that's a great craft item and something that you can get into if it's something you're interested in. They also had these little sideways, little diagonal shiplap ones that were really pretty, and then they also had the flat shiplap style ones that were also, well, no, I guess that one's diagonal too. I guess I didn't pick up the one that was horizontally bound. But this is the aisle. This aisle is in the very back of the store. So if you go to the Daytona store, most of the craft items are in the very, very back on the right-hand side of the store. So that's where you're looking for. And this is a really good sized letter board for $5. And it was really cool. It doesn't come with the letters, but several stores in the area have letters for $1. And there you get all of the letters for $1. But $5 for that was a really good price. Those are usually more expensive. So that's one that's cheaper than it usually is. And then this, I did not understand why this was worth $10. It's Arteza. I love Arteza. But I don't understand why this particular piece is $10, because to me it just looks like a framed piece of chalkboard. And it wasn't even that heavy, so it's not even slate chalkboard. So I didn't get that. Again, like I said, some of the items in this store are so much more expensive. Now, I'm going to slow down the video here for a second, because while I was in the store, I didn't notice something. That is the Astro Brights. It's a solid pack of yellow. It is cardstock. You get 320 sheets. But what I didn't notice while I was in the store, and only noticed while I was doing this voiceover or this editing, is the stack on the bottom is 110 pound. You get fewer sheets, but it's 110 pound as opposed to the 65 pound on the Astro Designs. So that's something to think about, because if you want the heavier cardstock, they are selling it. It's still yellow, but they do have it. This particular paper pad, I think they redistributed through the Florida stores, because there was one store that had them stacked and stacked and stacked on the shelves. And that store doesn't have as many anymore, but they've started to show up in other stores. So I think there was a redistribution going on. I wish the redistribution would make the liquidation much more equitable across the entire country, and I have lamented that over and over and over again. But, you know, like I said, if you join the Chatty Crafty Facebook group, you can see what is being sold at other stores across the country, because the members of the Chatty Crafty Facebook group keep posting what they're finding in their area, and you get to see, you know, that there is really stuff coming out in other Ollies. So don't give up hope. There have been some really great finds. This was $10 for the watercolor, but there's a better one coming up, and I love it, right? It's this one right here. Those are actually double-headed alcohol markers. So that's a really great way to get a set of those alcohol markers and a sketch pad to test out whether or not alcohol markers is something you want to do. I mean, you shell out I believe that was $7. You shell out the $7 for that. You get some alcohol markers, you get some paper. It's a one and done shell out of money, and then you get to play with them and see if this is something that you want to invest in and buy those really big sets that have like 260 markers in them. Or if it's something you really don't like and really don't want to do, you just say, okay, I spent my $7, I had fun playing with it, but it's not for me. I love that about these items that you can get at Ollie's, because you get to test these items and see whether or not it's a craft you want to pick up. Another great example of it is this little drawing set here. For $13, you get all those little tools for drawing. You get to decide whether or not drawing is something you want to do. And if it's not something you want to do, you've only shelled out $13. You haven't spent money after money after money for all those different types of drawing and writing utensils to see whether or not it's something you like. You know, it's one and done. These Draper James cards keep showing up here and there, and they're beautiful, absolutely beautiful. $1.99, which is a great price for these. I didn't see any fabric at this store, but there are some stores that are getting Draper James fabric. And look at these beautiful books of paper. These were $1 each. They are 6x8, and you get like 18 or 20 sheets in there, but that's a great price. They are cardstock weight, and they're really great colors, and they had 3 different styles in this store, and I will show you the 3 different styles. And while you're watching the 3 different styles, please just let me say I really appreciate you for watching my content and for interacting with my content and giving me some likes and some subscriptions and comments and things like that. I appreciate you so much. I really do. I never expected this channel to grow like it has, and I really appreciate everybody who has put in the time to watch these, and I really hope that you're getting value for your time that you've done this. I do go live every Friday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and it's really fun. It's an interactive crafting session where we have a lot of fun together. We just join as a cohesive group, and we support each other, and we tell each other great tips and tricks, and I'm working with usually something I've never worked with before, so it's funny because you get to see all the trial and error, and it's great, and we would love to see you in that particular time as well, because it's a really fun time with a bunch of supportive people who are really helping each other grow. We call it a guild because we are helping each other grow and be better as crafters, and it's really a lot of fun to see that kind of growth in community, just gelling together and being so supportive. The price tag on this particular item was messed up, so I really don't know how much that was, and I didn't see it anywhere else in the store, so I can't help you with that. I would guess that it's $6.99 or $7.99, somewhere in that area, but I really don't know. And then they had these cute little Mickey Mouse puzzles, and I've seen them in a couple stores, but not very often, so if that's something you're interested in, this store definitely has them, and this glitter is so pretty. There's even a little testing spot on the front of the box, so you can test it and see whether or not it's something that you like, and it's really cool. This is the only store I have ever seen these bamboo holders in, and I don't know if they were just stuck in the craft department and in other stores they're placed somewhere else, because I don't go anywhere else in the stores. I go to the crafts and then I leave. My anxiety and my panic won't let me do any more than that in an Ollie's. I'm still glad that I'm still able to go into Ollie's. And then this, oh my gosh, this is 700% more expensive than it is in any other store I've ever seen it. They want $7 for this. Every other store that I've seen it, which is just about every store I've been in the last 3 or 4 weeks, has it for $1. I would not buy the chalk from this store. I would not buy sidewalk chalk from this store, especially not that pop bucket, because it is so much more expensive than any other store. It's just, I mean, that's cray-cray level more expensive. These are awesome. I love these little sets, and I'm going to pull one out. I'm going to stick it in my cart, which is why it doesn't go back up on the shelf. But in the front, you saw all those little gems. I use those for my card making, and then inside there's a bunch of other cardstock die-cut pieces that you can use. This is a cool thing. This is 12 two-pocket pronged poly folders in multiple assorted bright colors for $5, which is a really good price for those. And it took me a while to figure out what it was, both in the store and when I was doing the video, reminding myself of what I saw because, you know, I slept since I've been in the store. But, you know, it was really cool. They did have the 4 packs for $1, which is the same price they are everywhere else. If you want to buy chalk at this store, buy that one, but don't buy any of the others. They're way too expensive. Their idea of displaying their ribbon, this is what it looks like. So it's just a big dump bin with a bunch of ribbon in it, and these range from $1 to $1.99 because there is some Park Lane in there. Most of the offray is $1 a roll. Sometimes the offray rings up at $1.49 or $1.99. There were some Park Lane rolls in there where you get a lot more ribbon, but they're more expensive, but not by much. So I mean, it's very much worth it. Remember that the Kaboom molds, if it's the large sphere, it's 74 cents. If it's any other size, any other shape, it's $1.99. I still don't understand that, but that's consistent across the stores. So this is one of the Park Lane ribbons that they had, and they have a whole bunch of pretty ribbons, and even that little pink bow that you see next to that, that was also $1. So a lot of stuff, but if you want to really find some good ribbon, you're going to have to dig through that dump bin because that was the way that this particular store in Daytona decided to display it. And now we're on the pegboard, and there was only one pegboard in this aisle. These are the mini perler beads. I've only ever seen pink, and they're usually $1. I don't know if they were $1 in this store, but every other store that I've seen they've been $1, and this store didn't have a price tag on it, so I really don't know. I honestly couldn't tell you. This is the first time I've ever seen a 70 count pack of oh, my brain just left me, colored pencils. So that was an interesting thing to find because I've never seen that in any other store. This is the most expensive I've ever seen this particular pack by $1. It's not, you know, a huge expense. This is the same price as I see it in every store. It's a really cool little stamp. And then I don't know how much they were, but they were like $1.10, $1.29, something like that. And they have Inkjoy. The Inkjoy is $2.99, but Inkjoys are the best pens out there, in my humble opinion. If you want to standard straight up ballpoint pen, that is the best way to get them. I thought this was a little expensive for what you got. I mean, $10, it's a lot of pens, I'll give you that. And it is a lot of different colors, I'll give you that too. But $10 is just a lot for that, in my humble opinion. I don't know. I don't buy pens anymore. If I were to buy pens, I would be buying Inkjoy anyway if I needed ballpoint pens because those are my absolute favorite. I'm totally not sponsored, but they are my absolute favorite ballpoint pens. They don't make a thin point one that's a standard ballpoint pen size, but still very cool. And there's the colored Inkjoy pens sitting there pointing them out, giving you the thumbs up on them. Woot woot. And there's a couple other items that I highlight here, a couple sets of pens and things. And again, I was looking for pens anyway, so most of what I highlighted on this particular pegboard section was the pens, which is why you're getting an overload of pens in this particular pegboard section. But there really wasn't a whole lot of other stuff to look at on the pegboard section that we haven't seen in every Ollie's. This Ollie's it's a good Ollie's. It's a dig Ollie's. You can probably find some amazing products if you look down underneath the shelves and in the boxes that are stacked in places, but I wouldn't say that this is one of my top 10 Ollie's. And I have to admit that it probably has a lot to do with the fact that there is a lot of noise inside this Ollie's because it's very close to the racetrack. And so if anything is going on the roads or anywhere else, in fact, you're going to see at the end of this a car that I saw at the end after we walked out in the parking lot. But if there's anything going on anywhere in Daytona, anything that's going on in anything that involves cars and racing, which is just a Daytona thing, it's very loud inside the Ollie's, and it really did grate on my anxiety while I was in here. But I did my best, and I wanted to show you what was in here, so I did my best, and I stayed in, and, you know, I let my anxiety just, you know, move me along quicker than I would normally move along through a store, but I didn't let it push me out of the store. So I was really proud of myself for doing that. And this is so cool. I love this. It's $1. And I've seen this in a couple of stores. It's just a catch-all for like pens and pencils and things like that. And I keep considering that I should buy one, but I haven't yet because it would just be one more thing to sit on my desk. And if y'all have seen my live videos, oh my gosh, you've seen my crafting desk. It's like just covered in stuff. My crafting desk looks like what everybody who does YouTube crafting desks look like, except I actually show you the other 6 inches. I would love to see the other crafters, the other 6 inches of their crafting desk, like 6 inches beyond what their camera picks up, because I think that would be very eye-opening. Pretty set of not pens, oh my goodness gracious, paintbrushes, and it was double-sided, so you got paintbrushes on both sides, and they looked like a really nice set. I didn't think that $5 was too much for that, because they did look like they were quality. If you're in the store and you look at them, you know, you can let us know, drop a comment in the comment section, and let us know whether or not they really are quality, but they did look like quality to me. And then they had this other piece that matched the little pencil holder, the little pencil catcher. But this one was $1.99. So actually that's not bad. For $3, you get 2 different pieces on your desk that will hold items that you are trying to hold on to and keep track of. And the last thing that we're going to look at in this store, we've got about 2 minutes left, and we're going to look at the stuff if you turn directly around from where I was just standing. They have a whole bunch of the crafting kits sitting next to the books. And that's what we're looking at here, is a bunch of the crafting kits that were next to the books. And then we're going to, I went back to this. These are so cool. I did use these in one of my lives. I'm taking them apart because the top is just stuck on, and I'm using that as a gem in my card making. And then I'm also going to take the pin off of the thumbtack part of it, and I'm going to use the little metal disc too. So it's a twofer, and then I just have to make sure that those little metal pins get thrown away properly so that they don't end up in mine or my cat's feet. This is as we're walking out of the store. I saw a couple things that I wanted to highlight because they were cool looking. And so this is on one of the end caps as we're walking back towards the front of the store to check out with the few items that I did pick up in this store. I love these so much. Oh my goodness gracious. I've seen these in one other store. I did not see the little pink boots. Oh my goodness. But I have to say my favorite is still the little boba tea string light. It just really is. I love the little boba tea string light. And then they had some picture holders and things like that. They had some cups that were really cool. I love these boba tea cups, but I absolutely know that I will break it. It's ceramic. It's beautiful. I absolutely love it, but I'm a klutz and I will drop it and I will break it. And that won't be fun. And the pink ones, oh, they were so pretty. And then this sweet little cup right here with the flower. And then on top of the straw, it's got this little flower straw protector that comes off. And you can actually use that to keep bugs out of your drink or whatever. I thought that was so cute that it comes with its own straw protector. We've seen tons and tons of separate straw protectors, but that one came with its own. And look at the cute little mouse. Oh my gosh, $2 for this adorable little mouse. Imagine putting that in one of those Easter baskets that were at the front of the store and make it something for an adult, something for someone that you work with, maybe one of these glass cups that come with their own straw as well. Really cute items. I mean, this was a really cute little shelf that had a lot of really cute little items on it, so I thought I'd show that to you. And the buckets, the OLLIE'S buckets, and I don't know if these baskets sitting next to them were shopping baskets that were stacked in the middle of the store or if they were actually for sale. I have no idea because I could not find a price tag on them, but it seemed like an odd place to have OLLIE'S baskets for shopping. And then this is the car that I was talking about that we saw in the parking lot as we were leaving. So that's it. I appreciate everybody who made it to this point. You're wonderful. Cheers and happy crafting.